This is Mark Harrington from markharrington.com. This is a short video on using a free source, open source software called Handbrake to compress videos. It also helps you standardize the codecs that your videos use. So let's start with, you can find Handbrake at handbrake.fr. It's open source software, and there is a version that's available for Mac as well. You can see here I've got the Windows version. It says Windows 7, 8.1 and 10. Just download it, stick it on your machine and run it. If you want to find the Mac version, just click the downloads button and then you'll find a version for Mac. And there's a version for Ubuntu as well if you want to run on Linux. So I have downloaded the software. I'm going to go through the settings first. This is the home panel, and these are the important panels here. So we're going to step through each of these settings here. So for picture, these are the default settings. If I go to normal, we'll see that those are the default settings. I've actually saved my own settings here, so these are the ones that I know will work for uploading to YouTube. Filters are all set to be off. D-block is off. The video settings, these are the important ones here, is H.264. Frame rate, same as source. Frame rate is down at 20. So you need to move the slider to 20. And then for optimized video, it says use the advanced tab instead. I'll go across to the last because I'll just work across these sequentially in the top. For audio, the important change here is the codec is reusing AAC and the bitrate is 128. Everything else is standard. Subtitles, chapters we don't have to worry about. Let's go on to advanced. And these are very specific, so it's important to get these right. Maybe you want to take a snapshot of this picture. Reference frames 4, maximum B frames 3, which is the default. Cabback is ticked. 8x8 transform is ticked. Weighted P frame is ticked. Pyramidical B frames is normal in the default. The adaptive B frame is fast. Adaptive direct mode, spatial default. Motion est method, hexagon default. Subpixel motion est 7, RD in all frames. Motion est range is 16. These have not been changed. They're basically in the middle of the sliders, apart from Psychovisual Trellis is on the left hand side. Partition type most, which is the default, and Trellis is in code only. So those are, and then the X264 encoder options ref equals 4, that comes from up there. So that will, as we change this, that will change, so you don't have to set that yourselves. So that covers the settings. Now what I've done is I've actually saved them as a preset, which you can do here by adding here. Just click the add and it will create a new preset. You give a preset name and you can change these settings here for whatever you want to do. So I have one called base normal, and so I know that that one actually works for YouTube. Now just a quick walkthrough on what the process steps are. The first thing you have to do is identify where the files are. So you've got to press the source, open folder, and it'll take you to your computer. It's a question of finding where your MP4 files are. I've got some Camtasia files which are in folders inside a folder called Camtasia Studio. We press spin rewriter, we select the folder. It's a little bit counterintuitive, and then it will go and look for the file. So it has found one file. It's called spin rewriter. That is in the source. It's found one file, and then I've just got to give it a file name as to where I actually want to put the output. So we can put the output here, and we've got to give it a name. Spin2. Save. And they will see that the output is going on there. All of these things have already changed, and then we just hit the start button and off it'll go. Take a little while depending on the size of the file. So I'll just pull across the folder to see where the new file is. And there's a video about compressing videos. This video is actually now longer than the previous one. The previous one was created with Camtasia, so it's sufficiently compressed. There's no real need to compress it. And we'll just check that it's actually working. This is Mark Harrington from markharrington.com. This is a video in the Charge Your Income video series, and it's about using article spinners. And I'm looking at a specific. There we can see the video is actually working. Spin article. So that then completes the using Handbrake to standardize the format for your videos so that they will upload to YouTube correctly. I appreciate your time.